on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.
Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets.
On the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin J. Discussing that heat in the street, hey, we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what
All
you need.
alone.
Vitamin J. Ay. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin J, got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin J. Tryna run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's about smoke, then we talk all of that. From an ounce to a pound. Check it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right up the seat. How could they be? Give me a couple of rounds. Cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see this start crumbling now. Mind struck, start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock blitz, know they look how it freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just to form a warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the game, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them does on the duty. I'm in Stixie, I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See, my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. To reload the clip and record the clip is go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tune into that VGP.
Take over the west and the east, and we got just what you need on vitamin G.
How's it going? We are live. Well, I am live. No we, just me. I am your host, Pharaoh, and we're doing a little special episode today. Xbox had a little showcase in Japan, and we're going to talk all things to showcase. Give me one moment. Sorry about that. You know, daddy duties. But yeah, talking all things Tokyo Game Show. It was pretty interesting. I did not wake up at 5 a.m. to catch it. Well, I was up at 5 a.m., but I was doing other things. I caught around like 7 a.m. Give me a second. Man, I tell you, always something. Didn't bother me the whole day, and then the moment I start podcasting, I tell you. But where was I? Lost my train of thought. Whew. Let's get back on track. But yeah, I was woke around 7 o'clock, started streaming it. Started watching the stream. I didn't start streaming it. Kids came down probably like halfway through, and we all watched the showcase. They were picking out games that they liked. I saw a couple games that I was impressed with. You know, overall, I thought it was a pretty good show. The way I look at the Xbox TGS, I kind of look at it from a perspective that Xbox, what's important for them is to continue to make inroads in Japan. And showing up at the Tokyo Game Show, having a major presence there, and expanding your Japanese portfolio of games is kind of what I look for when they do a showcase. So there was a lot of Japanese games that I saw that I was, that I liked. Let's see. I'm going to go and let me see if I can go and find the list of games. But off the top of my head, first game that instantly stuck out to me was Gungrave Gore. I am a fan of Gungrave. It's something that I grew up watching as a kid. That was one of my favorite animes that came on. What is it? Tech TV. It was at the time before they merged with G4 TV. It was Tech TV, so I was like, all right, cool. They came in with that, and then Monster Hunter Stories. That looked great. I was glad to see that come to the platform. Romancing Saga 2 being available day one at the showcase. I thought that was pretty good. Double Dragon looked great. Amino, while not my type of game, it is a very Japanese style game. So that is something that can appeal to that particular audience. Mistfall looked interesting. They had a lot of interesting third-party titles on top of coming with their first-party stuff. So we saw the Flight Simulator update. We saw the teaser for Forza Horizon 6 and that it is going to be in Japan. What else did we see there? I'm just trying to. I mean, it was early in the morning when I saw it. That's why I'm looking for the list of all the games. And I don't think I can. Man, let me see if I can find like the Xbox wire. Make sure I don't miss anything. Let's see. Xbox Tokyo Game Show. Oh, dang it. Fat fingered it. Tokyo Game Show 2025. Let's see. Everything announced. There we go. I got it. So let's see. We saw the Call of Duty multiplayer map of all the maps in Japan. That looked cool. I've always said it. I'm not a big Call of Duty multiplayer guy because I don't necessarily want to get sucked into another live service game. I want to have time to play single player game. So for me, Call of Duty is a campaign only game. I don't really want to get sucked into that. Ninja Gaiden looked good. As far as first party goes, the Bruce Lee thing, I'm sure it's cool if you play Hitman, but all in all, I just kind of feel like, kind of gimmicky at this point when Bruce Lee kind of shows up in games. It's cool, but if it's not your type of game, like, you're not going to care that Bruce Lee is in the game. If it is your type of game, you're like, oh, cool, I got Bruce Lee now. That's kind of how I see that. I think I said something about Fatal Frame 2 showing up. I think that looked good. The fact that you gave them a little extra time. I loved how Double Dragon looked. I know I spoke on it real quick, but I loved how it looked. I loved that it was like a full 3D side scroller, and then they had like little other modes that weren't side scrolling. It was like a full 3D map for those other modes that they showed. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then that Terminal Brigade with the Neon with the Evangelion crossover. I don't know anything about that game, but I do know about Evangelion. So that is something that I will be keeping my eye out more for in regards to that title. Like, I'm not going to say, oh yeah, that title wowed me, it excited me, but it had, content that I was kind of attached to, based on me watching that anime growing up. It's really a mindfuck anime. I don't, even in my adult age, I'm still not sure I fully understand anything regarding it. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 didn't do anything for me personally, but it's like, all right, cool, you're getting these games to the platform. So for Xbox, I feel like it was a pretty strong show. I would give it, for the games, I would give it about, I'll say, let's go 7.5. I'll give it a 7.5. For me, it kind of missed because I had been waiting for like a month and a half for TGS for this was like supposed to be the day that I get to pre-order the Xbox Rog Ally. I'm gonna get the X version, but the fact that there was no, price announcement, no pre-orders go live at this time announcement, that that didn't sit right with me. I wasn't a fan of that at all. So I was a little down on that, and that kind of hurt the score for me personally. Um, it's 3 weeks away. Like this piece of hardware is releasing very soon, and I went on Best Buy today to look at the Xbox Rog Ally X, and when I looked at it, they already let you know that it's going to be a high in demand item. They expect it to sell out very fast. So I think this PC handheld is going to be way more successful than I think it might be more successful than the series consoles. I think um maybe in 2 to 3 years it might, almost be on par sales wise with the lifetime sales of the series, because you're going to get that initial wave of the Xbox customer, yes, but in addition, you get a new customer base who didn't necessarily care about Xbox, but they care about PC handhelds. They care about that, new unified experience. And the price point is going to be a little bit more consumer friendly than some of these other handhelds that are hitting the market, like the new Lenovo Legion, that I believe is like around 1,200, 1,300, but it's like full OLED. It's like everything that, top of the line you could want for, but that price point may be a little bit difficult for your average consumer to purchase. So I feel like the Xbox ROG Ally X is going to be in that really good middle ground, and I think it's going to be cheaper than a lot of other handhelds that have the same type of specs, because I do think there's going to be some subsidization. And based on some of the things that Tom Warren dropped today, that might actually really be the case, because it looks like the ROG Xbox version is going to be cheaper than the regular Asus ROG that is currently listed in stores. So it looked like it was like $100 cheaper. So if that's the case, that may give it a huge edge in the market, as far as you're getting this new Xbox base that is jumping into PC handhelds for the first time, and then you're getting that on top of it. Let me so while I'm doing this, let me go ahead and not just have my ugly mug on the screen the whole time. Let me share my screen and kind of have this playing in the background, I guess. Let's see. Share. Put it over here since I have multiple monitors. Boom, full screen. Share. You can just go ahead and have this on the stage going. But yeah, I thought it was a really good showcase. Like, this game really stood out to me. Like, I really want to play. My son was just talking about the Gungrave game. The other one, it came out of Game Pass, and he was like, I want to play that game again. So I might have to buy the old one, because this one didn't get released. Oh, another game that I wanted to see at the showcase that we saw at the Xbox Game Show in June. Yeah, Solo 11. I wanted to get an update on the big stage for that game. I was a little bit disappointed that didn't happen. Oh no.
明日もそしてこれからずっと
I thought that was cool. I thought it was really cool that
I'm not loving Beyond.
anywhere titles pop up in there.
In that case.
So the fact that
Well, what are we waiting for?
play anywhere, I thought that was important.
Research advice?
Too nice.
Always.
Hybrid land, and that you have this new handheld that's dropping in a month, and a lot of people are having that are on the fence. Are having the first, hey, will I be able to play? Like, how much of my existing library will I be able to play on this device natively, and how many titles going forward that are releasing are going to be actually played anywhere?
Shoot.
So
Sorry for the mess, Bond.
like, this
I
show
wasn't
kinda
expecting you quite so
did a
soon.
lot of answering those questions.
Just need
because I
one
felt
more.
like almost every title was at least an Xbox Play Anywhere title.
Come on, you fit.
I would say another a surprise that came to me from the show
Tactical simulation is now operational.
was that while
Any
Play
questions?
Anywhere was a big push, it feels
These
like
are
you're starting to see Game Pass not necessarily be as big of a push anymore. It looks like maybe Xbox is sacrificing. Hey, we can either get Play Anywhere or we can get Game Pass. And a lot of these titles, we saw that they were Play Anywhere, but at the same time, none of them were almost none of them were Game Pass. Of all the titles they showed, maybe 4 of the games that were shown there were also going to Game Pass. So that was kind of interesting to see that lack of Game Pass in an Xbox show. But I thought that was interesting. Let me go ahead and we'll move on to the next topic, unless anybody else has anything that they want to bring up. But let's see. And while you're here, guys, if you don't mind, share this out, hit that like button. Kind of go to the channel. I appreciate you guys being here. Let's see. Let's talk about Forza Horizon showing up at the show. It was the first secret of the Tokyo Game Show for sure. Like we've been hearing about it for about 2-3 weeks before the show came. That Forza Horizon was going to be there. They put it right at the end. It was a nice little teaser of like I can jump ahead in this. I'll make sure.
公営テクモゲームスの柴田誠です。ゼロ赤い超リメイクのディレクターを務めています。ゼロシリーズのディレクターを担当し、1作目から関わってきました。このタイトルはシリーズ2作目の完全フルリメイクになります。
I'll jump ahead from the stream to the Forza trailer while we talk about it. It was right at the end, so it should be like right. Yep, here we go.
And one of our biggest and most played.
They started off like kind of you were like in like a little garage, and you'll see it here. And they started like going through, showing like the license plates and things from every region that Forza Horizon has previously visited. You know, Colorado, London, Mexico. You know, some of the locations. That's off the top of my head. And yeah, and then you know they confirmed we saw Mount Fuji, and I thought it was a pretty neat trailer. But I think the biggest news coming out of it was after the show, we actually learned that Forza Horizon 6, which is kind of what I predicted, is going to be exclusive to the Xbox and PC platform when it launches. We know that based on 5 coming out, we would have to assume that it will make its way to the PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 6 or whenever it comes to the PlayStation console. Making it to the Series console, so definitely make it to the PlayStation 5. But that was kind of interesting to see that they decided to make it exclusive to the Xbox for a period of time.
The teams at Playground Games and Turn 10 have poured their hearts into Forza Horizon 6, bringing Japan to life like never before. This has been the most requested location since the very first game, and we can't wait to share more next year. I hope you enjoyed the show. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Lego, all the other stuff. So, yeah, pretty interesting to see. I thought that was pretty interesting that they decided to announce that after the show and not during the show. I guess they were expecting maybe that might get some blowback. Oh yeah, let's look. So only two of the games. What's that actually? Yeah, this is all these like 12 play anyway. But as far as Game Pass, you only got Winter Borough and Terminal Brigade. So it was only 2. I said 4. But no, it was only 2 third-party Game Pass games announced, which is extremely light. You know, of all the games they showed, to only have like what 20% going to the Game Pass service. I did like how the 007 game looked. I really went with that one, but it's been a while since we had like a really good game. I'm hoping that game really does make it flat. But as far as Forza Horizon 6, you know, I'm excited. I definitely want to see some more. I wish I had, you know, had one of my panel members here so I can kind of get their thoughts on what they saw, but nobody can make it today. It's all good. This is going to probably turn into more of a solo. You might see me here quite a bit more with the panel members. We can go ahead. I'm still getting used to it, but let's go ahead and talk about the Xbox Rog Ally Pre Order update. While we didn't get something during the show, there appears to have been leaked information, and if you're here right now and you haven't heard it anywhere else, it appears that the Rog Ally pre-orders are actually going to be going live today, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and first 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and glance first this that I saw 8 p.m. was on Twitter Standard Time, and I saw that Warren had leaked that. Let me go ahead and get that up for you guys to see. Let me go up and get that for you guys to see. I'll put that on the screen. And we also got a little bit of price info with that, along with that too. So let me get that up. Boom, boom, boom. And let's just go entire screen 2. I don't think I got anything crazy on Twitter to show you guys. So all right, so boom, here's what we got. So it looks like, first let's go with the price announcement. This is from a store called Curry's. I'm guessing it's based out of London, based on the pound sign. It says the ROG Xbox Ally and Ally X are now both available for pre-order from Curry's Wish while stocks last. Let's go. Well, these haven't gone live. It's supposed to go live at 8. And it says, which will you choose? You know, gives the specs, and it says only $4.99 in pounds. Usually, if it's $4.99 in pounds or whatever the price is in pounds, it's usually the exact same price in dollars. There's not really they don't really do a conversion rate. So if that is the case, we may be seeing this device coming at a really, really nice number, and the Xbox ROG Ally X coming in at $7.99. The current ROG Ally X that is out on the market is selling for $8.99. So for it to be the newer, more powerful device and be $100 cheaper than the hardware that ROG already has out, I think that's pretty enticing. And this is the ROG, the white one, being within $50 of the Switch 2. That's a very competitive price point. So when you walk inside a store, I think this is going to be big. There is something else that Tom posted. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that too. And I wish I could make it bigger. I'm like sharing my whole screen. But it says Xbox Ally pricing and pre-orders info is coming today. Asus has started teasing that pre-orders are dropping soon, with a countdown that ends at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific today. So it looks like starting today, we'll be able to pre-order those devices. So I'm gonna have my Best Buy app up. I'm gonna be hitting that refresh button, you know, starting at, I guess, 7:58. That's something that I am looking forward to. I wish that the news would have came. Well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm glad that the news came out the way it did, and that way I might not have to fight the masses to pre-order this device today. I might actually be able to pre-order it without trouble, because when I had to pre-order my Series X and my PS5, boy, that was hell. So here's hoping. You know, if you're here and you're listening, and or if you've been on Twitter and you're just finding out, hopefully, you know, we'll be able to grab this device pretty easily, and then everyone else gets their alerts a little later, and it, you know, it sells out pretty quick. But yeah, that's something that's pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to purchasing this and you know, having it day one. Like, there's a lot of use that I think I'll be able to get out of it, as far as like playing like smaller games. I don't have a TV in my bedroom. I know I've said that in previous episodes and on previous shows with like C Money and Doodle on Night Quest on Tuesdays. But yeah, like if I can like sit back in my bed and play some games, or you know, play smaller games. I'm not really on the go very much. So, but when my kids go on the go, you know, I'll probably get them one too for the holidays. Probably grab them one, probably get me one first and grab them one later. Or, you know, that Lenovo with the OLED, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence there. Like, if I get this Rog Ally X, I know that Xbox is going to release their own non-partner device soon. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get the Legion. I know I'm going to get this device, but I might wait to see when Xbox releases theirs. As far as getting another one, I know I'm gonna get the kids one, so yeah, it'll be interesting. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Drop something in the chat. I don't really have much other than that today. It was just really supposed to be a really quick reaction show. You'll be able to find me on Twitter at pharaohbazard. You can find me here on YouTube, Vitamin G Podcast. We go live on Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll probably start to do other little shows throughout the week. You can find me on Tuesdays. The show usually starts around 9 o'clock, but last week we started at 8. Night Quest with C Money and Doodle. The YouTube page is On Point for Gamers. Make sure you check them out. Subscribe there. Appreciate you guys coming through. I want to thank you for coming through and getting a double dose this week of your vitamin G. And yeah, we're about to be out. Peace. Let me go ahead and throw my outro up. Ooh, not leave studio in stream. How do you use the StreamYard?
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.
You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G. Got what you need. Vitamin G. Got what you need. street. Hey, we got just what you need on vitamin G. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside.